President-elect Biden's transition team has had a new problem with the Trump administration. This after the Pentagon announced it is suspending daily security briefings for the rest of the year for what it calls a holiday break. It comes as Mr. Biden is preparing to add some new firsts today in what promises to be the most diverse cabinet in U.S. history. The president-elect is also making time to get a coronavirus vaccination. Ed O'Keefe is with Mr. Biden in Wilmington, Delaware this morning. Ed, we saw President-elect Biden head to Georgia this past week ahead of those two Senate runoff elections on January 5th. Should we expect more visits from him moving forward?
We might see that, but first we know that Mr. Biden and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, are going to be vaccinated for COVID-19 on Monday, making good on a pledge to take the vaccine in public. Today, as you mentioned, he's set to make a few more announcements and a few more historic firsts as he names people to his cabinet. First up, he's set to nominate New Mexico Congresswoman Deb Haaland to serve as head of the Interior Department. If confirmed, she'd be the first Native American to lead the department that has oversight of about 1/5 of the nation's land, including federally controlled tribal areas, a big first there. He's also planning to nominate Michael Regan to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. He's currently head of North Carolina's Environmental Protection Department and would be the first black man to lead that agency. Meanwhile, there is disagreement between the Biden team and the Trump administration over access to the Pentagon. Acting Defense Secretary Chris Miller says that his team and the Biden team had mutually agreed to put off some meetings scheduled for Friday until after the holidays. But the head of the Biden transition told reporters that's not true and that his team continues to face, quote, isolated resistance from political appointees in the Defense Department and similar issues at a few other agencies he declined to name. The acting Secretary Chris Miller says the Pentagon has been more than helpful so far, scheduling hundreds of meetings for the Biden team and handing over thousands of documents that they've requested. But this is at least one example of some of the bumps in the road on the way to the White House for the Biden team. Jeff.
Well, Ed, we are watching those negotiations right now in the Senate and how tough they are. What should President-elect Biden expect if Democrats are not able to gain that majority?
Right. So, again, the Georgia race is being held on January 5th for those two open Senate seats. The campaigning continues there. If Democrats can win both of those seats, the Senate will be divided 50-50 with Vice President-elect, soon-to-be Vice President Kamala Harris serving as the tiebreaker. That makes it slightly easier for the Biden administration to get things done, working on, more expanded relief for Americans struggling through the pandemic, getting cabinet nominees quickly confirmed, taking up issues like climate change or immigration reform, other changes that the Biden administration would like to make. So if it's Republicans, however, that control the Senate, then obviously there's going to be a lot more deal-making that has to happen. That's why this past week's interactions between the president-elect and the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell were an encouraging sign that they're at least starting to talk in the event that those two have to start cutting deals that might, upset people on either side of the aisle, but will be necessary to get things done.
All right, Ed O'Keefe. Ed, thank you.